seeds are sown. Fingers tapping on a Ouija board. Broken silence like a shattered chord. Eerie hums in the dead of night.
Well, hello, everybody. That went very smoothly.
Yeah. Oh my God.
It almost scared me.
Yeah.
Usually it doesn't go this smoothly. Well, good
Um,
evening. Welcome to another Paranormal Talks.
yes.
Yeah.
And I'm still sharing out, so you have the honor tonight.
All right.
Okay.
Well, as everybody can see and by now can hear, we have another guest, and his name is Keith. And we want to welcome you, Keith. How are you doing?
Good. I'm doing great. How are you doing?
Doing good. Been a busy, very busy day. You already heard that, so I'm not going to tell again.
All good. All good.
Well, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. It's an
Yeah.
honor.
Yeah. I was very enthusiastic. I hate that word. It's
Why?
not my name. It's not my. It's a stupid word.
It is not. It is not. If you make the same mistake like me, mixing up residential and residual, then you have a point.
Words
You know-
can be hard.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
especially if it's not your native tongue.
Yeah.
Yep,
As uh, Here we go again. Specific. Hey, done it.
she can do it in the end.
Yeah, if I want to, but I have to think 2 or 3 times.
All right, Keith, can you introduce yourself and what do you do?
Okay. My name is Keith Ottersberg. I am the founder of a paranormal team called Cobra Paranormal. That is my own personal team. And then I'm also a member of the Spirit Mechanics, who worked with Amy Allen as the Deshevis. I can never pronounce his name right, from the Dead Files. Um, and then I'm also the host of my own podcast called The Otter's Den. We talk
Nice.
about astrology, cryptids, life issues, all kinds of things to help people get by in the everyday life and paranormal.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
So I know a lot about a little and a little about a lot.
Nice.
Like I told you, I was so enthusiastic
Yeah.
when he said yes, of course. What happened to?
I have no idea what's going. See, something had to go wrong.
Oh my God!
Something had to go wrong.
Is it because of our background?
No. Why is this? What the hell?
The settings,
Well,
maybe?
at least we can read this.
Hey.
Let's do it like this.
Yes, that way we can at least read it, I hope.
What the
That works.
hell? Things change when we gone. I don't like this. Why do they do this? I'm getting too old for this. Don't do this.
Oh yeah, when they change stuff on me, they take this and put it down here, and you're trying to get on the show, and you can't find nothing, and it'll drive you nuts.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Well, hi everybody. Now I can see everything.
yeah,
Oh, that's
we
stupid.
have Phil in and we have Lisa in. So, hi, everybody.
Howdy, welcome.
Yes, let me see. I can at least read it in the next to it. Is it readable?
It is readable.
All right. It's just my
Yeah,
glasses.
I have my glasses on, so
Yeah,
it's
mine too.
readable.
It doesn't work.
Not.
My glasses don't work. I can't read it. It's paranormal. Okay, I can read it because I have it next to it.
Hey Lisa.
It is.
Maybe we have gremlins.
Mhm.
Oh, those things.
Yeah,
A lot of people say they don't exist, but I have seen some very interesting things out there in the paranormal field. Just saying.
Yeah, I heard
absolutely.
about that before. I heard about that before.
Yeah, we had brief talk about cryptids few weeks ago, I think, yeah?
Yeah,
And elementals. And I thought it was very interesting
it was. Yeah,
because
definitely.
we don't have cryptids over here.
No,
None at all.
Nope.
Not that I'm aware of. Can you send a few over?
Actually, I probably could. You might not like it when they got there, but I probably could.
I would love it. So my family can
Well,
go do some cryptid huntings because we can do that, but there's nobody there.
they, I've been paying more attention to the Bigfoot people. Um, Never really have up until now. I've watched some of the shows. Granted, I know shows are set up to get ratings and whatnot. I was on, the Dead Files. I know how it works. But I've been watching some other YouTube people, um, and there's actually some evidence out there. And what I'm almost wondering, I'm not the only one with this theory, is human DNA testing proves that we are part Neanderthal, up to 5%.
Hmm.
Um, the different species, the Denisovans, Homo erectus, they interbred for a while. And so we actually have Neanderthal DNA in us that helped us out in surviving. And there's a lot of speculation now that the Neanderthals were not gorillas, but more, they had full body of hair, extremely large, thick, tough, like a gorilla. And so I'm almost wondering if maybe they didn't go extinct. They simply evolved into something different, adapted different defense mechanisms. Um, an octopus can change colors, can jump from a blue rock over to a red rock, and it goes from blue to red, just like that.
Yeah.
Well, maybe they can do the same thing in some kind of aspect. I don't know. Is that kind of far fetched? Yeah, probably.
No.
But I'm crazy, so I'm gonna roll with it.
Well, I'm
Uh,
crazy too.
but it would explain a lot, and the fact that almost every continent has similar stories. The skunk ape down south, the yeti, and a lot of the names are similar. The pictures are all similar.
Mhm.
That tells me that there's probably something out there that we have not discovered yet. We're discovering new species all the time, in the rainforests, deep oceans. We've only just looked at like less than 10% of our oceans. We don't know what's down there.
Nope.
We
I
don't know
know.
what's out there. We might find another species of human that survives secluded in the Amazon. Yeah, I don't know. I want to know. I want to know what Bigfoot is. I do believe there is something out there.
Yeah.
Um, and even here in Nebraska, I was driving home from work one day, and I looked over to my left in a field, and I know that field. I know every tree in that field, and there was something crouching down, and it got up when I drove by, and it started running, and it looked to be about 8 foot tall and brown, bipedal. I don't know what it was. Have no idea.
Well,
Can't tell you. But it sure fits the description.
yeah.
So I don't know.
That's creepy.
yeah.
It was kind of cool
Was
though.
was it chasing you or?
No, it ran off into the trees.
Oh, all right.
Like as soon as it saw my car coming, it hightailed it.
So kind of hiding.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah. I think they hide because of people. Because people are stupid.
I hide from people.
Yeah. Me too.
That's
Every
what I do.
day.
I hide.
I do the same.
I don't like. Most people I don't like. There's a couple of people I like because they are similar to what we do and similar to us.
Right.
And those people I like. All the other ones go.
Yeah, exactly. And that's actually part of my healing process that I started, 6 or 7 years ago. I used to know everybody, everybody. I had all these friends.
Hmm.
Now I had acquaintances.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now I've got friends. Um, I had to learn that those people were not good people. They did not have good intentions for me or anybody else. Um, but I had to step back and see that in myself first. Then I could see it in them. Um, and that'll really hit you. But it's a lot easier now because I can walk into a room yeah, I'm staying away from that person, that person, that person, that person. You know what? Better yet, I'm going home. I'm out.
Yeah.
You know, you can walk in and read the room. Okay, this is some good people, or this is some not so good people.
True.
Walmart's fun. I love people watching at Walmart now. It used to drive me nuts to go in there.
Yeah.
Now it's fun.
I can watch people all day as long as they keep away from me.
Yes,
Um,
yes.
Sitting on a terrace with a cappuccino or a latte, and I always, excuse me, I don't want to be um, mean or something, but I call it a Muppet Show,
Yeah.
and I'm
Yeah.
I take a seat and going on the terrace, people watching.
I
I
love
sit
it.
on my front porch. I've got a big bush that covers. Nobody can see me when I'm sitting on my front porch, but I can see them walking by and hear what they're saying. And um, back when my Dead Files episode aired, they would drive by real slow with their, crouching down in the seat with their cell phone up, filming the house, and I'd jump up, hi, and they're going like, if you want to see the house, come up. I'll give you a tour. You know.
I see images in my head.
Yep.
So.
I want to see their faces. Like,
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh my God.
my house, we have a lot of tourists that walk by, and we have a lot of god stuff standing in front of the window or seasonal stuff. And then they look in, and the children are like, "Oh, look, mommy," and they start pointing, and we're sitting on the couch doing nothing.
Yeah.
The kids are like, we wave back, and the parents are like, "What the hell are you waving at?" Because they don't see us one way or another. And we're like in front of the window. What the hell? Go, go! It's fun. Always fun to do. I like scaring people.
Yep. Yeah, Lisa, you know me. You know me. Lisa's a friend of mine from here in Nebraska.
Ah,
So we've got some inside jokes that she may throw up. So if I just start giggling out of nowhere, it's probably one of her comments.
but you already told it, but our listeners and watchers didn't. And you mentioned it yourself, the Haunted Files. How did you end up um, working with them? It must be with
The Death
Steve
Files.
Chavis and
Oh, the Dead Files. Okay.
Amy, yeah, the Dead Files.
Well, I was lucky enough, notice how I put that, to deal with the paranormal my entire life. Well, since I was 6 years old. And it caused a lot of issues that were not good issues. So, and I've got a TBI from a car accident, so time has no meaning. So when I say 10 years ago, it might have been 20 or yesterday, it's just a thing. Um, but, it caused issues in my first marriage. It caused issues in the relationship I had after that. It caused issues in my second marriage, issues with family members, friends, um, you know, going all the way back. And I finally got tired of it. We would have chairs fly you know, against the wall across the room. I was held off the ground by my throat, choked out by something I could not see. Um, I was awake. I just laid down in bed, like, in my bedroom right over there. And I see something about 8 foot tall. And it's dark in here. It's dark. But this was black. And I could see it. And it bull rushed me and just beat the living crap out of me in bed. And then 2 weeks later, it did the same thing, grabbed me by my hair, dragged me down a flight of stairs, and threw me on the living room floor. So that's the kind of stuff that I dealt with. It wasn't nice. It wasn't easy. Um, and I wanted answers. So when we still lived in Beatrice, I started having paranormal teams come down and investigate to see if they could find anything. Well, they'd get evidence. They'd get EVPs. There was evidence of my son's bedroom doorknob turning by itself and the door opening by itself. Cameras on both sides of the door. Um, we had evidence, but nobody could ever figure out what the issue was. There's a reason, and I'll get to it. Eventually, we moved. It got to the point, it was bad enough we moved. And I knew that wouldn't work because I had been there before. It slows down for about 6 months and then slowly works back up. And that happened here. But when we were still in Beatrice, I emailed the dead files because I wanted help because nobody else could figure it out. I'd even started my own paranormal team after helping them on some paranormal investigations so I could learn. And had them talked into coming to Beatrice, my house in Beatrice. And something, all the activity just stopped. Nothing. Which was really strange. But they had a couple cases that involved kids. So I'm like, you know what? We're good for right now. Go help those kids. And over about the next 6 months, stuff started ramping up, and we moved to this house in Lamore. First time we looked at this house, me and Shannon, my ex-wife, we couldn't stand it. We had to get out. About a month later, a different realtor talked us into coming back and looking at it again, and we had to have it. We had to have it that day. So we bought it. And once again, over time, the paranormal activity, it was nothing at first, nice, and then it started amping up, causing issues again. So I got back a hold of the dead files, and they had changed all their producers around. So I had to start the entire process over again, the whole vetting process. And they are very thorough about their vetting process on their clients. So it took me between 4 to 5 years to actually get them here, but we finally did. And excuse me, Steve did an awesome job investigating the property. Awesome job. He found stuff that the local historians didn't even know about. And then when Amy did her walkthrough, she saw a lot. She even saw some of the things that I didn't tell them about. Kind of my own little test and vet, But that told me, they were the people that I needed here. And I before I contacted them, I was watching all these paranormal shows. I need help. I need help. I was going to reach out to one of them. And I'm just flipping one night, and there's Amy. I'm like, that's the one. So that's who I reached out to. My mind goes a million miles a minute. Sometimes I jump back and forth. Apologies. But they got here, and when they got evidence. In fact, things happened when they were filming Paranormal Issues, which was kind of cool. Seeing the interaction from the camera guys and Steve, it was cool. They're scared still, and I'm trying to watch my language. And I'm just like, come on, guys! I told you this happens. Let's keep going. We're on a roll. Let's film. Let's get this going. So that was kind of funny. But Steve, the producers, they all kept telling me that I had to move. Me and Shannon had to move. And, I told them we've tried that. It's going to follow us. I'm not moving. And they got on me for, basically putting my marriage at risk for not being willing to move. You're stubborn. I'm like, yeah, I want this to end. I don't want it to continue. I want it to end. And Amy's finally, she even thought before the reveal that we need to move. Well, we're sitting down in the living room, me, Shannon, Steve at the table, waiting for Amy to come downstairs. She comes downstairs and she takes one look at me, and the look of horror on her face, I knew at that time exactly what she knew, what the problem was. It was me. I was the problem. I was the one that had been possessed since I was 6 years old. We finally figured out I had other attachments as well. That's why my family had always been drawn to haunted locations to live in, because what was inside me used those entities for energy to cause issues, between me and my partner, which caused more energy for it to feed on, etc., etc., etc. So sometimes I was myself, sometimes I was not myself. I would black out. My entire eyes would turn black, not just the pupils. Um, Both my wives have seen this. I don't remember, well, I didn't remember anything that happened during those. I do now. When this thing was removed from me, it took three-fourths of my memories gone. Um, I used to play the saxophone really well. And once that was gone, I could barely play Mary Had a Little Lamb. Um, I didn't remember my kids being born. I could go on. But over time and healing myself and helping others, Spirit would say, hey, attaboy, here's some memories to work through. And they would just come rushing in. And some of them weren't always good memories, but I needed them because that was also part of the process. I had to do the shadow work on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Amy figured it out. She figured out I was the problem, and then she sent up a group called the Spirit Mechanics from Lexington, Kentucky, 12 hours away. They made the drive up here, and if anything and everything could have happened to keep them from getting here, it did. This thing did not want them getting here. And when Steve, the leader of the group, he knocked on my front door, I knew when they hit town. I knew. I was standing at that front door waiting for him to knock. And I was not in a good frame of mind. I was angry. And when I opened that door, I wanted to hit him so hard I would have knocked his head into the middle of the street. And he looked at me and he kind of did a little, I'm Steve. We're here to help. Can we come in? And I opened the door and I said, sure. I got through it. First, they cleansed the property outside. Then they cleansed the house, and there was plenty in the house. And then it was my turn. That was not fun, but it was necessary. And that's when we talked earlier about looking in the mirror at yourself,
Yeah.
and realizing who you'd been to both yourself and other people. I had to stand there and realize I was the common denominator in everything. I caused a lot of those issues. I was not a nice person. Now, were there extenuating circumstances? Did I have something telling me what to say? Yes. Did I have something telling me what I'm hearing? Yes. Did I have something in here making decisions for me? Yes. Can I prove that? No. Do I care about proving that? No. The people that know.
Yeah.
That can happen if you just have an attachment. You go on an investigation, even in a public haunted location. You can pick up an attachment. You can pick up an attachment walking through Walmart or going through the city park. It doesn't matter. Most people can get rid of them. A lot of times they'll jump on, take a little of your energy, get full, move on to the next person. Sometimes they don't. Sometimes they want to stick around for a while.
Yeah.
But I really had to sit down and do the shadow work. And I had to go through my life since I was 6. I know exactly when it happened, too. I'll get to that. And I'd go through it. And I'd remember things. And I'd go through it again. And I'd remember more things. And my team would help these people find some peace in their life. And I'd remember more things. And the dark night of the soul. I don't know if you guys have heard of that. If not, you should look it up. It's major depression times 20. And you come out of it questioning your very existence. Why am I here?
That sounds familiar to me.
Mm-hmm.
Why am I here right now?
Yeah.
Why should I stay in this plane of existence? Well, I'll tell you, because if I would have left this plane of existence, I would have transferred all of my pain that I was feeling to my kids, to my grandkids, to my sisters. I wasn't going to do that to them. So I toughed through it. And eventually, after sitting on my couch for 6 months, I said, you know what? It's time to get up. So I did. And during this process, the mechanics are helping me to heal and learn, um, and to keep my home and myself clean. Aftercare is very important when you are helping paranormal clients. It's not you go in, okay, your house is clean, and leave. You need to teach them to help keep their own home clean, not to invite it back in. Um, I look at it like you take an addict. I don't care if it's morphine, cocaine, cigarettes, whatever. And all of a sudden, one day, you take that away from them. You can't ever have that again. What are they going to try and do? They are used to that vibrational level. Well, I was at a new vibrational level because that thing and everything here was gone. It was just me. And I had to fight not to invite something back in. But I did. There was a couple times Steve's like, what's that on your shoulder, Keith? It's like, oh, I got it. I got it. Take care of it. But they were awesome at helping me learn that. And now I get to help other people do that. But you got to do the work. And one of the first things you got to do is work on yourself. You got to look in the mirror and you got to realize who you are, what you did to you, what you did to other people, how it affected you, how it affected them, how it affected others, and how it affected your life. Why, what brought you to today in this now moment? Everything you've done. Did other people do things to you? Yes, they did. Is that a product of your actions? Possibly. Maybe not. Everything happens for a reason. But I got to learn about myself. And I am, how do I put this? I'm finally becoming, words are hard. Hang on. I'm becoming the person that I was meant to be instead of the person that I became. Before I was 6, I was never going to start drinking. I was never going to start smoking. My dad was an alcoholic, long story there. But then now that changed, you know. And I mentioned the fact that I knew right when that incident happened. My dad took us fishing, my mom, my sisters, out to Rockford Lake. And, you park up on a hill and there's the outhouse. And then you walk all the way down the hill to the beach. And then we fished the rest off the side of the beach. Well, a kid, you're drinking Kool-Aid and drinking Kool-Aid and drinking Kool-Aid, and all of a sudden you got to go. Well, I'm running up, and I knew I wasn't going to make it to the outhouse, so there were some bushes. So, I'm a little kid. I just pee in the bushes, and I see something glimmering over here. You know how you're driving down the highway on a hot summer road, and it's just all wavy?
Yeah.
That's what I saw, and the next thing I know, something hit me, and I'm on the ground. And I didn't feel right. And I ran back. I was scared. I ran back down there. And I didn't tell anybody. And later that night is when I had my first paranormal experience. You walk into the living room of our house in Beatrice. Living room, dining room. My bedroom's off here. Mom and Dad's bedroom was here. And there was a bathroom in between the two bedrooms. And you could open the door in their room, walk through the bathroom into my room. And in that bathroom, big chimney, brick chimney, and 2 big closet doors, big closet. Mom had just put me to bed. I'm awake. Again, this always happens when I'm awake. Those closet doors busted open, that chimney exploded, and this skeleton was trying to get at me, screaming at me, and I'm trying to scream. I can't get nothing out. And so I just start throwing stuff in the bathroom, my toys. And finally, Mom comes in. What the heck are you doing? She walks right through it, doesn't see it. And I'm telling her, pointing at it. She can't see it. She can't hear it. There's nothing there. Go to bed. So I jump, under the covers, just like a kid does. And I don't want to be alone. I don't want to be alone. And I heard you don't have to be. I'm like, okay. That's all it took. I made a deal. Didn't even realize I did it. I got tricked.
Yeah, big time. But kids are easy to trick if it comes to that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And, if your kid's complaining of stuff happening, they can see, they are conditioned that ghosts aren't real.
Mm-hmm.
I'll beg to differ. I will beg to differ.
Well, my kids know.
Yeah.
There are things out there we don't understand. We can't
Exactly.
explain. We can only see a certain spectrum of the light that exists. We can only hear a certain spectrum of sound waves. What else is hiding out there? I could have something standing right here, and I won't hear it and I won't see it, but I'll
No.
feel it. I'll feel it. So, I mean, it when you're looking at that and the paranormal and the cryptid thing and aliens, if you want to go there, I believe I have had two cases that we actually dealt with what I feel was an alien presence. Um, that is a very different thing to deal with. But now, we have government officials that are coming out and saying they are real. And guess what? We're going to tell you things.
Yeah.
I can take my tinfoil hat off and put my cowboy hat back on now. Because guess what?
I'm so used to my tinfoil hat.
The conspiracy theories, we're running out of them. It's all becoming real. It's in truth. And that's a good thing. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Um, but, even the fact that I tell people, my house used to be haunted. Well, is. They ask me is your house still haunted? I actually have to say technically yes, but not by anything nasty. I've got my spirit guides, angels, my protectors, um, my dog and my cat that I lost in a house fire. They'll be running around here. You can hear them barking, see them. Um, they'll jump up on the bed, walk around, and you just glance and there's nothing. There's like, okay, Puddin', yeah, we're going back to bed. Freaks out visitors, let me tell you, that's fun.
Yeah.
But so yeah, there are entities here, but they're all good. They're protective. Um, and that's what I tell clients, when they say they want everything out, I'm like, you got to be careful. Because if you banish everything from your home and your property, that includes your spirit guides. You're laying the rules down for your home. If you specify everything, got to watch your words. Words are spells. Spelling. That's why it's called spelling. Words are spells, even if you're just thinking them.
Hmm.
So you have to define what types of entities are allowed in your home, what types of entities are not allowed in your home, and you have to lay down the law. I can't make the rules for your home. You have to lay down the law and you have to take it back. Does
Yeah. Exactly.
that make sense?
It does. Yeah.
Yeah. To me, it does.
Lisa, yeah, it does freak out visitors. She's been here in my home multiple times. Um, there is a certain protector I have that's called Naga. If you don't know what a Naga is, Naga, look it up. It is a protector overseas, kind of half snake, half man.
Yeah.
And there's one here. Long story there. It came from a spirit mechanics case. And he pops in and out and watches out for me. And he likes to surprise Lisa. And she sees him and feels him and scares the crap out of her. So it's kind of fun.
Poor Lisa.
Ah.
And I bet you he does it on purpose.
Oh, he does. He does. She loves it.
Oh.
It's too bad those houses are too far away. I would have wanted to see that.
Yeah, it's been a very interesting life. And I used to think it was a curse. Um, but now, especially after the house fire, I look at it as a gift from spirit. I was put on every side. I was the narcissist. I was the victim of the narcissist. So I got to learn what it felt like to be on both sides of that aspect. I have been on both sides about every situation you can think of. And like I said, I now see it as a gift because now when I'm helping clients, they're telling me what they're going through. I can honestly look them in the eye and say, I understand. I've been there. I know what you're feeling. This is how I dealt with it. Let's figure out how to get you through it. Because what worked for me might not work for them.
No, exactly.
But I might plant some seeds, plant some seeds. Somebody else might water it, fertilize it, and they figure their own way out. That's what I did. I learned from several different members of the spirit mechanics. I learned from some other paranormal teams, and I made my own way of removing things. It we learn, we grow, and that's a good thing.
Yeah.
After I got clean and started my healing journey, I got divorced, um, got with a different individual who I am no longer with and never will be again. Um, we had the grandkids here for the weekend. Mom picked them up Sunday afternoon, and it's gonna go take. Partner wanted to go take a nap, and I'm like, something's saying no. Let's go for a drive. Something's, we need to let the house breathe. Let's go. So we went out to the lake, and I was actually on the phone making a funny video to make other people laugh. And I get a text message: "Are you okay? Do you need anything?" Like, what do you mean? It was my across the street neighbor. She was on the EMS department, ambulance service, and she's like, "Dude, your house is on fire." Like, what? BS. We were just there. And she calls me. Sure enough, my house is on fire. So I make a 15-minute drive in about 5 minutes and pull up in front of the house, and it's flaming. And left that day with the clothes on my back. Lost my dog, lost my cat. That was a rough day.
Yeah, I
And
can
like I said,
understand.
when you go through so much in your life, you think you're cursed. No, that was a blessing, and I got to figure that out. And the way I figured that out was finances. I got someone to give me an estimate on what it's going to cost to repair the home. It's a block home, 2-story block home, so the outside block survived. $306,000 to repair it. You can build a new house for half of that.
Yeah.
The insurance I was offered, maxed out with all my personal belongings and everything, was $281,000. I still owed $70,000 on the mortgage. There's no way I could do that. Well, my partner kept telling me, when I said, I'm just going to do it myself. You can't do that.
No.
You're not able to. You can't. You don't know how to do that. You can't do that. Well, she had ulterior motives. So I just started doing it. I didn't know how I was going to do it. I've never built a house before. I've got a little experience from high school, shop, plumbing, electrical. But how I did it was I paid attention to details as I was tearing it down. I made notes. I took pictures. I studied how the house was put together. While I'm doing that, I'm doing the same thing about me. I'm tearing myself down. I'm looking at how I was built. And then when I started rebuilding the house, after I got everything torn out, you open the front door, you look down, there's my basement, block walls, first story, second story, there's my roof. In a way, I did the same thing with me. And I had to start in the foundation. I had to shore up that foundation and then start building up. Same thing with me. I had to start at my foundation and build up. So I got to rebuild myself along with my home. And while I was tearing this home down, it was supposed to have all new wiring when I bought it. It did not have all new wiring. It only had all new wiring where you could see it. In the walls were old original knob and tube, twisted together. It had been arcing. You could see burn marks on the studs. This place was a tinderbox ready to go up. It could have went up at any time.
Yeah, it was a death trap.
And come to find out, the way they put it together wrong. And the main support for the second floor had dropped already about 3/4 of an inch into the basement. The entire second floor eventually was going to drop into the living room.
Whoa.
So that house fire, the way it happened, was a blessing. I'm sitting on my second story right now in my office. You can see the wood lath on the wall.
Yeah.
Little gaps in between. I was going to replaster everything. And then my insurance funds got stolen. That's another story. But I had to stop. I'm slowly getting stuff ready. I got a little bit of tax money back this year finally, so I'm going to get insulation in the attic and get the stuff to do my kitchen floor, one step at a time.
Yeah.
I did my bathroom walls out of free pallet wood. Hey, look what I made out of free pallets. Um, so, I used what I could find to help myself, which was knowledge, and I'm using what I can to get the house done. But guess what? I built me a house all by myself.
Yeah.
All the plumbing, all the wiring, everything. And it's up to code. It's stronger than it ever was. It's safer than it ever would have been. Thank you, Lisa. Like I said, she's been here. She saw the progress, and I'm proud of what I've done with myself, with my home, who I've become over who I was. It is a process in order to get to the point where you can help yourself, let alone help anybody else. And the first person that you need to help is you. Because if you don't help yourself, you don't have the means, you don't have the funds, you don't have the energy, you don't have the know-how to help those other people.
No, agree.
So it's me first.
Yeah.
Sorry, not sorry.
Yeah.
You have to do something about you before you can do something about somebody else.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You're completely right about that.
Yep.
That's
So
not being that's not being selfish. That's just being
that.
helping
That.
yourself.
Yeah, I used to think that was being selfish.
Mhm.
If I looked out for me first, people would get on me. Well, you're just being, no, I'm not being selfish. I don't have the energy to do that today.
No.
Now, if you can wait till tomorrow, I can come over and help you move your refrigerator. Your refrigerator is still running. It's still keeping your food cold. You just wanted to move it to vacuum underneath of it. Okay. My shoulder hurts. My back hurts today. If you can wait till tomorrow, I will come over and help you.
Yeah.
No, that's not good enough. Okay. Find somebody else. Sorry.
Yeah.
You know, I use the refrigerator as an example
Yeah.
because, you can have stuff in your closet mentally, paranormally, but I might not have the energy to help you today, but I'll tell you how to get through today so you can get to the point where I can come over and help you.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
So a lot of times I got to do homework, or my team has to do homework on your home, on your land, on you, in order to figure out how to help with your paranormal issues.
Yep.
And people, honesty, honesty, honesty with the teams helping you. If you reach out for help and they ask a question, answer them honestly. They're not going to judge you for it, but they need to know. Are you on any prescription medications? Are you on any recreational drugs? Do you have history of schizophrenia in your family? I was asked those questions by the Dead Files and many, many, many more. Schizophrenia. My grandmother on my dad's side was put into a mental ward for paranoid schizophrenia. She wasn't crazy. She heard voices, people talking to her.
Yeah.
I hear people talking to me. It's my spirit guides. It's my higher self.
Yeah.
When I'm reading cards, I have voices coming through. If I'm doing Reiki, I've got voices that say, okay, that's enough there. You can move on to the next one now. Okay. So I hear voices all the time.
Yeah.
There's a country song about that. Hearing voices all the time.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean you're crazy. It may mean you're gifted. And a lot of people are gifted. A lot of autistic people are very gifted to the point where they are deemed crazy, but they just might need a little help in order to understand how to use their gift better.
Yeah.
And they might calm right down. I've helped some people with that. So we got to understand what we're getting into. So you got to be honest with whoever's trying to help you. If you're talking to a counselor and you're lying to the counselor, they don't know how to help you because they're not getting the truth about you and your family situation. And then nothing's helping and you think it's a piece of crap counselor. Well, no, that counselor's helping countless other people, but not you because you're not being honest with them about the situation.
Yeah. Exactly.
So you got to be honest, especially with yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fully agree on that.
Absolutely.
Fully, I couldn't agree more.
Yeah.
The many times we have that as investigators, it's uncountable. I don't know why do you have to lie about your problem? Because you have a problem which you need
And
help with.
Yeah. Or they're
we're,
giving the answers they think you want to hear.
Exactly.
yeah, yeah, we're psychics and mediums. We are going to know.
Yeah.
I'm a Scorpio. I am going to figure it out. I may not know right away, but I'm going to figure it out. Be open and honest with me up front.
Yeah.
You want to get to know me? Be honest and open about who you are. I will decide if I allow you into my life. If not, have a great one. Good luck. I wish you luck. I wish you success. But no
It's not
thanks.
gonna work. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's okay.
You don't have to be friends with everybody.
Right.
I don't like everybody as well.
No.
So,
That's never gonna happen.
no.
Lisa's comment, her
Yeah.
last one.
Used to think I was crazy when delivering messages to you till I started getting things right. Yeah.
Yeah.
That usually works that way. Definitely.
I will pick up my phone after it dings and I see it's Lisa. I'm like, oh boy, here we go. So I'll open it up. She's like, I don't know why, but they are screaming at me to check on you. I'm like, well, I got this going on and this going on and this going on. And okay, so I was right. Yes, you were right to check on me. Thank you. It's kind of cool, actually.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
She's a
My
very gifted individual, and she's gonna. I think after the next eclipse, she may come into a new one. We'll find out.
Ah,
probably. Probably.
Be ready for that eclipse, Lisa. Just saying.
Buckle up.
I'm a phone call away.
Pew.
Yeah, my wife used to think she was crazy as well. She has the same gift. And she always knows when to call somebody or when something's going to happen, good and bad things.
Yeah, it's intuition.
Yep.
It's an empath. There's all kinds of names for it. Um, a woman's intuition is 100 times over what a man's will ever be because carrying that baby in the womb, she had to protect that baby. Raising that baby, she's got to protect that baby. She's got to know there is something in those woods coming, so she is gonna know.
Yep.
Um, it's crazy, and the different kinds of gifts. There's all the clairs, clairaudient, clairsentient. I was on a podcast when I was first starting to learn all this, and they wanted to know what I was, and I'm like, Steve, what am I? They want one name. He's like, well, give them one. I'm like, I can't. He's like, why not? It's like, well, I smell things, I taste things, I hear things, I see things, I feel things, I do all of these things. They don't have a name for that.
ESP?
Then he's just like, well, you're an energy worker. Cool, that works. So that's what I said. I'm an energy worker. If spirits will connect with you in the best way that they feel they can. When my grandma Haygood is here, I smell chocolate chip cookies. When my grandpa Haygood is here, I smell cherry pipe tobacco. I see butterflies, real butterflies, when my dad's here. There's certain things, certain noises, certain songs. A song comes on the radio out of the blue and reminds you of somebody. Guess what? That may be them saying hello.
Yep.
You'll know. You'll feel it. You'll feel it.
Yeah. Yeah, it sounds so familiar for me.
So people ask me what I am. I am a small medium at large.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna remember that. That's what
Yeah.
I'm call my. That's what I'm gonna call my wife like that.
There you go.
I hope she doesn't smack you.
I can handle that.
Okay.
Speaking, gifts. That's another thing. A person can be in the 3D grind so hard they may be very gifted, but totally block everything out.
Yeah.
and then something will happen in their life, a major traumatic event, and they get sat down for a little while. And then some astrology hits and opens some things up and everything, and all of a sudden they're getting the heebie-jeebies going into this room. Or they're hearing things in the house, you know. And that's when they usually start calling the paranormal people, hey, I got issues. I got stuff. Okay, well, let's take a look at what you got. One client, 2 different teams told her she had a demon in her home.
Oh,
Very, very seldom do you run into a demon. I have personal experience with that, just saying. Very seldom. Usually, if you run into that, it is invited in, and that is an entire process of removing, but can be done. Everybody and their brother says you have to have a Catholic priest do an exorcism. No, you don't. No, you don't. I'm not going to go into how I do it because I don't want people getting hurt, but I've developed some ways. But we got to talking to her. We did a video chat with her, got a tour of her home, which is full of antique thrift shop stuff that wasn't cleansed before being brought into the house and whatnot. And she's complaining about this demon rattling the dishes in her sink every night. And, me and my team members, we're talking in the background on a chat, and, there's a older gray-haired lady. Yeah, this, that. I'm hearing this. I'm like, you're supposed to do your dishes and get your house clean. You're supposed to cleanse all those items. You're supposed to straighten up and organize. And I bet your activity stops. Guess what?
It stopped.
It stopped. It was her spirit guides. It was grandma. A couple others.
yeah.
A lot of times that's all it takes. My pen keeps flying at me. I got demons. No, you're supposed to start your art again. You're supposed to start drawing again.
Yep.
Yeah.
Drawing, pen stops.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
90% of the cases we've had over the past 2 years, 3 years, are literally spirit guides. There may have been a little attachment here or there, nothing major. But yeah, a lot of it's just spirit guides.
True.
Trying to help you, and you're being stubborn and ignoring them.
I'm a star at that.
Same here.
yeah.
They have to drive me insane before I start doing it.
I'm kind of guilty of that at times too.
Yeah. Sometimes I'm even lazy because I don't feel like it. Not today. It's beautiful weather. Not today, tomorrow. And
I'm going to talk to spirit at the lake with my fishing pole. Not today. I will be fishing.
Yeah, not today, Satan.
I usually make a deal with them. Make me catch my fish and I will do it.
Yeah, gotta be careful with making them deals, they're saying.
Yeah.
They never let me catch my fish, so I'm not doing it.
Okay, there you go. There you go.
Yeah, you have an excuse. I don't fish.
You got to do the here, fishy, 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 fishy.
I tried. They will swim by like, meow.
That dorsal fin sticking straight up.
It's not a figuratively speaking. They swim by my board. Yes.
Yep.
They were like, no, not today, buddy. Not today. It's 2 years now.
Oh my God, Shane. I feel sorry for you.
No, I'm still gonna fish because I just like fishing.
Yes, absolutely.
Gives me peace and quiet.
So any of the people watching have any questions in the chat? Or you guys got any more questions? Or
well, you have a podcast yourself.
Yes.
So
yes, my podcast.
Tell us about that.
My podcast is called The Otter's Den. Combination of my first name, Ottersberg, and in fact, I do it out of my office, my den, Otter's Den. and we are on the air every Monday evening at 6 Central Time. Um, I do it every other week, every other Monday. One Monday I'm on with Joni Templeton Skinner. She is an astrologist, very good one at that. She tells you what's happening up there, and we both go through and tell you what it means down here, and I help to get people to it spiritually. This is what you need to do to handle this. Most of the time it's just let things flow. And then on the off Mondays, me and Jan and Renee, we get on and we just talk about life, different subjects. Um, we'll pick a subject and just talk about it. Last week's show was problem family members. We'll just pick a subject or not. We'll just get on and roll with the people watching. We're starting to get some guests coming on, so that's going to be kind of cool. Um, uh, so yeah, it's usually about an hour and 20 minutes. It's on the Rip Nation Network, and yeah, and then I've got my own paranormal team, like I said, Cobra Paranormal. Everybody wants to know why I picked Cobra Paranormal. Cobra was my nickname in high school for different reasons, and Cobra acronym: Crazy Orb Busters Right Away. By the way, best way to get orbs out of your house: dust and vacuum.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Say it what I said.
Exactly.
Hey, Lisa. There's a member of my team right there. Cobra Paranormal, Lisa Ox here.
Hey.
Nice. Hi. Welcome. You got a question.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Interesting demons, Keith. Do you use structured prayers to get rid of them?
Okay. I am a spiritual individual. I am not a Christian individual. Do I believe that Jesus was an actual man that walked on this earth? Absolutely, I do. He was an ascended master who came to teach us that, like him, we can find the Christ consciousness. Okay? Now, in helping others paranormally, I reach out to spirit. What I call spirit is the one energy that everything came from in this universe, including Jesus. And he says that himself. I won't get into all of that stuff, but I use Reiki healing, um, both to heal chakras, align the chakras, remove entities. Um, when something doesn't want to come out, you can shoot Reiki energy in, vibrate the roots, because a lot of attachments will grow roots into your organs, and you can vibrate those roots and pull them out, take them outside, do what you need to do with them. Sometimes Florida water is used, sometimes holy water is used. Those tools are used sometimes. Now, if I'm helping a Buddhist client with an attachment, I'm not going to go in there spouting all kinds of Christian stuff when they're a Buddhist. You study their customs, because whatever they're dealing with, they may have a name for in their language. In our language, we may call it this. So I'm going to go in there and say, okay, this is what you got going on. Like, oh, okay, that makes sense. Okay, let's take care of that. So I get your question. It's difficult for me to answer. I tried. Sometimes the brain works, sometimes it don't. Uh, so if you are a very Christian family, I will try to work with you as well as I can in that aspect. I do have a knowledge of Christianity. Sometimes people think my knowledge is too much, and I won't go there. But I will try to help you where you are. My team will try to help you where you are.
Yeah.
And if you are a strict Christian, yay, go for it. If you're a strict Buddhist, yay, go for it. The divine by the any other name is still the divine. It's still the one true energy, the one true light.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly,
Agreed.
Lisa. Your own flavor of the divine.
Yeah.
Agreed. Yeah, you have to work with what you got,
Hmm.
and like you said, you have to focus on what the family in that case needs.
Yeah.
And like you said, you can't go to a Buddhist house as a Christian and use Christian spells and hope that it works because it's not
No,
gonna work.
Nope.
they're
Because
going to
you,
be put off by it. They're going to get ticked off, and they're not
yeah,
going to work with you, and it's not going to work. It's going to cause division, and that's going to give that entity extra energy, and it's just going to make it that much worse.
yeah, exactly, exactly. We have
Yes,
two ordained ministers.
we do
That's
on the
cool.
team. We do. So
Cool.
if we need to go there, we're prepared.
Yeah.
That always works.
Yeah,
Yeah. We
we've
have
we've
a,
got two ordained ministers. We have I'm a Reiki master.
yeah.
Um, excuse me. We have some witches that know some interesting spells, herbs, stuff like that. Nature. We've got a lot of knowledge between us, so we can usually handle anything that we come across. And if we can't, we got the spirit mechanics as a backup. They know a lot of people. If they haven't run into something, we will figure it out. And if we can't help you, we will help you find somebody who can help you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. It's the same for us. And the
Yes.
things we have in between us, we it's available. So I know an archbishop who also is an ordained exorcist by the church.
Yeah.
We have a witchy people within the team. If it's about Moluccan beliefs, I have a friend, and she knows everything. If it's about gin, I have a friend who knows everything, so we can question everything. So
Yeah.
everything we need is available.
Yep.
Yeah, and of course we have a Reiki master as well.
Nice.
Oh, that one.
Yeah, so
We have two in the middle.
There you go. When you're helping a client with Reiki energy,
yeah,
them believing in you is very important for it to take effect.
yeah,
So you need to go in kid gloves, especially if they've never dealt with that kind of energy before. Um, and if a client is on some kind of medication and you help them, they actually have paranormal issues, and you help them and rid them of the paranormal issues. Sometimes they may need to go in and get those medications checked because those medications may be way too much, right? At that time.
yeah,
Um, helped the client overseas, actually in England. Um, her and her son had a lot of stuff going on, and we got it taken care of. And she gets a hold of me a week later. It's back. It's back. So I take a look. No, there's nothing there. And then a week later, it's back. I'm like, okay, no, that's something else. Remember, we talked about not inviting things back in. So let's take care of this, and then we'll go from there. And I finally, after like 3 months, I'm like, look, with all due respect, maybe we need to get this aspect looked at. Why don't you make an appointment with your doctor and go in and let them know what happened? Let them know you got help with paranormal, and maybe you need to get, your script changed. She got completely off of meds. She good, and everything stopped. So helping with the paranormal can help with the physical, can help with the mental.
Yep.
It all has to do with each other, because the paranormal can drain you of your energy, which affects your health, which affects your mind. It can talk to you and think you're crazy. That's going to affect your health. It all coincides into like one big ball.
Yep.
And everything's bouncing around inside, hitting off each other. And it's like, no,
yeah.
let's open open it and let everything out.
Yeah, true. Plus
Yeah.
the fact you have to be straightforward with some people
Yeah.
Yes.
because or else they're not going to listen to you.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Exactly. We have an interesting question.
Okay.
Uh, Keith, so if you consider that the wave of spiritual power stems from an energy, is that the same energy you use for good, the same energy that switch back to bad, demonic?
It is energy. How I use that energy is going to be different than how somebody else uses that energy. Okay. I use that energy to do good things, to help people. But I take out attachments who are hurting people. Now, this person over here might use that energy to attach things to people. So it's going to see me using my energy over here as an evil thing because I'm removing what they attach to it, to this person, for evil purposes. So it's all in how you look at it.
Yeah.
You can have two individuals. One wants to do good, go out and help people, work for their community, volunteer, whatever. And you got this one that wants to go rob a bank and shoot people. They both eat, they both get energy from food. They're just using it differently because they have different mentalities.
Yep.
When I pull in energy, I'm pulling in universal spiritual energy from the ether. Names are hard. I'll get back to that. Anyway, one of the inventors, God, I can see his face. It's not Edison. It's
It's the tip of the tongue thingy.
yeah, it's right here. It's it. Anyway, he Tesla.
Nikola Tesla.
Yes, Tesla. Ha, I got it. Thank you. He
I was
actually,
like, he's not going to stop until he knows the name.
yeah,
I'm the same. I'm the
yes,
same.
thank you. He told people he got his information, his ideas, and his knowledge from the ether.
Yeah.
It is free energy that's out there. They think the pyramids also use that to gain energy. They use the energy of the ether. There's energy everywhere around us. And I think ancient technologies knew how to utilize that energy. Tesla was working on it. He actually transferred electricity wirelessly
Yeah.
and lit a light bulb. Okay. Now we use that technology every day. Every day we use his technology. You send a text, guess what? It's going up to satellite or over to a cell tower through the air, over to another cell tower, goes out to the other person's phone.
Yep.
It's transferred wirelessly. So I'm just pulling this energy in and using it. People talk about getting paranormal hangovers when they go on investigations.
Yeah.
That's because they're using their own energy. I'll pull in as I'm working and investigating. Next day, I'm good. I'm fine. Let's go. It energy is energy is energy. It cannot
Yeah.
be destroyed. It can change forms, but it can't be destroyed. It's going to turn into heat energy or something. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
All
Yeah.
right.
At least it does to me.
It does. The molecules change,
Yes.
but it's still
It's still
energy.
energy. Yeah.
Yeah. Photons. Everything is light. Photons are light.
Yeah.
I'm sitting at my desk. Everybody thinks this desk is solid.
It isn't.
It is not solid.
No.
It is made of photons, which make up electrons, which make up atoms, which make up this, which make up that. So there are tiny spaces all through this. It is not solid. It's just more dense than
Yeah.
the air that's around me.
Yep.
It's more dense than this. We are light beings. We are made of photons, light beings. And when we pass, our spirit, soul, once again, becomes light, in my opinion. Um, and I don't think I'm going to reincarnate this time. I think I'm done on this one. And maybe if I can do it on a holiday planet somewhere, okay. But otherwise, I'm going home.
Well,
I'm
dep-
going home.
oh, it's such a dangerous one, but depends on the intelligence of the people surrounding me. If they're getting more stupid, I'm not coming back.
That that.
Oh, so,
But one thing we got to be thankful for: we picked this time to come back.
Mm-hmm.
We did. We
yeah,
signed that soul contract before we came back, and next thing you
yeah,
know, here we are.
I regret it.
And I I don't,
Yeah, I do.
because
Yeah,
we are helping to wake people up. We are helping to raise the vibration, even if
yeah,
it's one person at a time. We raise one person's vibration, they may help somebody else. That helps the collective vibration, that helps the
yeah,
earth's vibration, that helps the universe's vibration, etc.
Yep.
And we are at a time of everything changing. Everything is going
yeah,
to change. The
rapidly.
astrology right now, we are going through things astrologically that have never been recorded in human history. Other things, the last time it happened was 8,000 years ago. That's when we got farming. Um, it it's it is absolutely crazy, everything that's happening up there. And astrology doesn't lie. Numbers don't lie.
No,
When something happens up there, something happens down here. This happened up here. Here's this information on the internet you can read.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Well, then people roll with it, fight with it. It's like, just do what you need to do with it and go get those, you know,
yeah,
people. Anyway,
Yeah.
I'm not going to get into that, but everything happens for a reason. You know,
yeah, it does.
the sun, the moon, Venus. I mean, when they trine and square, and it it affects us.
Yeah.
If you think it doesn't, you're crazy. My opinion. Some people are awesomely crazy. Other people are not awesomely crazy. But the fact that the moon affects the tides, it pulls the tide in and it pushes the tide back out. We are made of a lot of water.
Yeah,
Yep.
Guess what it does to us? It affects us, and that's just the moon.
yeah.
Yes, Lisa.
There was a documentary and explaining the lunatics and the craziness. It had to do with the moon
Yeah.
Yeah,
because of when it was full moon, people were to tend to react more lunatic than usual.
yeah. Cops will tell you, firefighters will tell you, EMTs will
Yeah,
tell you, doctors will tell you.
exactly. Yeah, that's where the name come from.
Yeah, absolutely.
Lunatic.
Yeah,
Yeah,
lunatic from Luna, the moon.
Yeah.
yeah, exactly.
Yep.
Oh, now I'm curious. Now I'm curious. Um, it's not a common knowledge that we had 13 months, exactly the same amount of months as we have full moons.
Mhm.
Yep.
Yeah,
What's your thought about that? Do you believe that?
I do. I do. And the Native Americans on the turtle shell, there are 13 outer sections on the turtle shell. 13 moon cycles a year. A woman has normally 13 cycles per year. The calendar used to be based on 13. Then it was changed for control, in my opinion,
Yeah,
by the people who controlled the church, in my opinion. Okay. They took over pagan, celebrations as
Yeah.
you know our holidays, Christian holidays now, um, for control. They left out 70 some. Well, they didn't leave them out. They took them out. 70 some books of the Bible. The Ethiopian Bible is the only one that has all the books still in it. Um, so yeah, I fully believe in a 13-month calendar. Every month would have the same amount of days. It would start on the same day, end on
Yeah.
the same day. Um, it works out. It's perfect. And then they had to go and change it. Now we got February with only 28 days, and this month has 31. This month has 30.
Yeah.
It's yeah,
It
yeah,
doesn't make sense.
Nope, it
no,
does not.
And every 4 years, February has a day extra.
yeah,
And who thought of that? Oh my
that
God.
throws everything off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So,
yeah,
Lisa said going to a nursing home or school on a full moon. Run!
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah.
I don't have to go there. I got 2 kids.
try being in public service on
Oh,
a full
yeah.
moon,
Yeah.
or a city council meeting on a full moon.
Mm-mm.
Oh.
Stay home.
I couldn't. I was on the city council. I had to go.
No, you're sick that day. 3
Just
days, right? 3 days.
yeah,
Before, on, and after.
yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
Hmm.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's a loss of sleep. 3 days long for me.
yep.
Absolutely.
I'm tired. Let's go to bed. Full moon. I'm awake.
Exactly.
Hate that.
Yes.
I hate that. You sit on the couch. You're like, all right, I have to go to bed. This ain't gonna work. You lay down. It's like, okay, I'm awake.
Yeah.
Yep.
Damn it. There we go again.
Yeah.
Yep.
Night number 1.
Yeah. Full
That's
moon
right.
is coming. I have ceiling shift.
Hmm.
Uh,
Yeah, it sucks. Oh, that's cool.
well, Phil,
Hey,
I dare you take him as a guest.
You got lots to talk about then. Yes.
Absolutely.
I I have many opinions on many different things, and
Yeah.
some people agree with me, some people don't agree with me. That's okay. Like I said, I know a lot about a little, maybe a little about a lot.
Yeah.
Um, am I an expert on
No.
anything? Absolutely not. In fact, when we do our podcast, we tell you, we have a disclaimer. We are not doctors, we are not psychologists, we are not therapists. We are just people who have been through some stuff, and we use that to help
You
other
can
people.
curse. You know that, right?
Yeah, you can use
Okay,
the F word and the S word.
okay. We are
It's
some people that have
18
been through some
plus.
shit
There we go.
and know some stuff.
Well, you have a next podcast.
Yeah, we have a little disclaimer on the ticker. Says 18 and over show.
Yep.
Yes, exactly. And if you're talking about a new theory about the incubus and the succubus, and it began in a monastery by a brother working on himself. Well, 18 plus.
Yeah,
Yep.
definitely,
Yep.
definitely.
Absolutely,
And
absolutely.
don't invite Mark Manley because he will continue that topic.
He does.
Mhm.
Yeah, he took over the whole podcast.
Yeah, I couldn't talk anymore anyway, so
No,
I was dying from laughter.
yeah,
What?
and
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Scott made it worse by by saying, "Imagine being hunted by a yeti with a big pile of wood in front of him, and you doing a mating call."
Scott should not do that anyways. Just don't.
Yeah,
He's too small for that.
I got a visual playing in my head. I know.
I have the same problem. So
Yes.
that was 1.5 hour laughing.
Yes.
Yes. Horrible, horrible, horrible.
Funny as hell,
Yeah.
though.
I'm
Yeah.
I'm I'm a Scorpio Aries Sag with a traumatic brain injury and many concussions. So in here I have literally 1 million voices all talking to me at the same time, 19 browser tabs open, and I can't figure out where the music's coming from.
Yep.
I love it.
Yep.
Yeah, I have a lion downstairs who has the same problem.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
That's literally
Well,
how.
we are there any questions in the chat? We are nearly at the end. We will talk some more in the back, but I
And that,
will give our people in the chat the possibility to ask another
yeah,
question. Otherwise, Keith has to come back again.
sure.
Yes,
Anytime.
definitely. That was a great talk.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, it was. It was.
And if I'm on a roll and I'm just taking over, just hold your finger up like I got something. I'm like, oh, okay, because sometimes I don't notice you trying to, I got something. So yeah, it's a thing. I won't be
No,
affected.
that's it with our podcast. It's all about the guests.
Okay,
And what the guests are willing to talk about, we talk about. And if you want to talk 1.5 hour in a row without us asking questions, be our guest, because it's all about our guests.
appreciate that.
Thank you, Phil, for being in the chat and for your
Yes,
questions.
thank you, everybody.
And do send him a DM if you want to talk to him and have him on the show.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he's open for it, as you hear.
We'll arrange everything.
There you go.
Yeah, that's me.
Okay,
Like
super.
I said previous, I'm going to have Patty Negri on the show. She doesn't know it,
But we're gonna
but
have her
I
on the
will
show.
have her on the show.
Yep,
And
yep.
I
I
did.
have heard of her.
Yeah, we did. So,
Gotcha.
perfectly. Well,
Very good.
then it's up to Shane now to close it off, and
I
we
will.
will be talking a bit more in the back. Thank you for participating, watching,
Yep.
listening. Next week, we are back with an extra
Mischief.
mischief, and we are dropping back into the succubus and the incubus with a follow
Yes.
up.
Yes. Because we finally need some answers.
Yes, we need those answers.
I
Yes.
will drag that woman on the show if she is not able to be on. I will. I don't know how. I will crawl to America and drag her on the show.
Well, I
I
live
need
in
to know
America.
the answer.
Yeah. She's going to ask her pastor about
The succubus.
the origin of.
So now I want some answers.
That's
I
gonna
don't.
be a good
I don't
show.
have a pastor or a priest or anything because I don't go to church. But
Yeah.
plus, I don't have to ask that here. They probably will kick me out anyways. So
Yeah. Well, thank you, Lisa. Have a great day yourself.
yes, Lisa, thank you so much. All right, everybody, thank you so much for listening and watching, and we will see you next week. I will click everybody in the back, and then we'll start in the music a little. All right. Bye bye, everybody.
Microwave.
Stack, fake the unseen crowd. Fingers tapping on the veil too loud. Voices from the cracks in the floor. Shadows bending where light won't go. Chasing truth in a haunted show. Are they real or something more? Hidden dreams or a skeptic's grin. Ghosts of questions circling within. Answers vanish before they land. Investigators with their tools in hand, talking to the dark like it understands. Spirits rising from the sand.